Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I thought I'd sit outside today on the porch. It's finally a little cooler here in the Florida Keys. So I hope everyone is having an amazing summer, or wherever you are and whenever you're listening to this, life is going really good for you. What I want to talk about today is kind of a next level conversation to something I see posted out there, also podcasted a lot about, and even videos about. And that is when someone asks the question, what would you do if you had to start all over again? Or what would you tell your younger self? Or these are the things I've learned. And I always love reading them, but I find consistently that they're always kind of in the same vibe. They're always kind of from a place of, yep, those are just kind of safe, comfortable answers. And if you know me and if you've been following me, I like to next level all the conversations. So I started to think about it. I'm like, what would I tell my young adult self, whether it was like in college or right out of college? What would I tell my young adult self? And I did a deep dive on the topic because I don't necessarily always agree with everything I read out there. Again, I think it's kind of comfortable and safe. And also, too, I take into account the fact that I'm 52, I'm a Gen Xer, and a lot of my life was lived prior to the internet, prior to social media. So I have a different lens than a lot of these other people that may be younger are sharing from. So again, a little bit of a next level conversation. So here we go. When I look back in my early 20s and even in my college years, I realize I manifested the shit out of everything that I thought of. I went to the one school I applied to for college, Purdue University. I didn't apply anywhere else. I wanted early acceptance. I got early acceptance. I ended up moving to New York City to work for Saks Fifth Avenue, which was a dream I had of mine. And I actually had interviewed for Saks Fifth Avenue, the department store piece of it, like in the actual store in Chicago on Michigan Avenue when I was in college, and I didn't get that job. Years later, I ended up getting a buying job in the buying office in New York City. So I ended up even like next leveling my own manifestation. I also had always wanted to work for one of the limited brands. And when I was in high school, in one of my math classes, I had to pick a stock and watch that stock over time. So I remember sitting with my grandpa and picking the limited brands as a stock. I had always admired Les Wexner, who was the founder of the Limited, and I watched that stock over time for that class in high school. So what ended up happening was in college, I drove with my father. My father came to Purdue, picked me up. We drove to the Limited in Columbus, Ohio, which is on the east side of the city, in the snow for an interview my senior year of high school. I didn't get that job. However, years later, Victoria's Secret, which is part of the Limited brands, at least it was at that time, called me and recruited me to come work for them. And I left New York City to then go work for the Limited brands in Columbus, Ohio. And even more next level, I ended up presenting presentations to Lex Wexner. And I was like in my late 20s. So crazy. So what happened after that was society, a corporate job I had after I left Victoria's Secret. The social media came out, being influenced by friends, by family. I ended up dulling my own star. I ended up listening to too many people and trying to fit in a box of what was supposedly how you should be, the should word, right? And I lost a lot of myself in that process. And things in general still would happen for me magically, but sometimes I felt like maybe there was a little bit more of a doubt, a lack of trust, and maybe even some pushing versus surrendering like I did when I was younger. I would have a great thought. I would put it out there. I would surrender. I would have fun. I would take action when necessary. And all of those things I did intuitively, right? Because again, this was before the internet. This was before hearing about like manifestation and the law of attraction and even understanding what intuition was. I had no clue. I was just having thoughts and putting it out there and having fun. So then as the years go by, I think as we get older, especially for my generation, our brains get clogged down with so much bullshit. And again, the ways we should be and who says this and who says what and what are we consuming, that then we have to do this whole unwiring of ourselves to kind of get back to home, And that's what's really important for us, to get back to a place where we are ourselves and we are in joy and peace and love for the majority of our lives. And yes, stuff happens. And yes, you still have to probably abide by rules if you have a job, obviously laws and different things that we have to do daily. But in general, we should always remember to be our true selves. And so that is what I would tell my younger self, is just to stay true to me and not get bogged down by all this other stuff that you're going to come across in your future. To stay yourself, to stay your happy self, to stay yourself that's listening to your intuition and not listening to so much from others. Granted, there's great tips and tools and advice out there. Heck, that's the lane I'm in. And those are things are really good to listen to, but I would never say for someone to change. You should never, ever try to change your core self, right? Isn't there a song about that? Don't go changing. So we should never try to really change our core self, because our core self is ourself, right? That's how the divine put us here on this earth. So we can all strive to get better and increase in the areas where we're open to learn. And I'm referring to human design right now as I talk about open to learn. But at the end of the day, we're all ourselves, right? And the perfect people are going to find you. The perfect friends are going to find you. You're not going to be friends with everyone. You're not going to like everyone. That's okay. You just keep going and stay true to yourself and know that the magic will happen when you continue to do that. So human design is an amazing, amazing tool to really understand this, understand your gifts and how you were created, and understand where there's, again, an open to learn. So if you are interested in human design, I am offering a masterclass. It may become part of a series. So depending on when you are seeing this YouTube video or watching this video in general, if I've posted it on other platforms, definitely stay connected with me to see what I'm offering, or you can always schedule a one-on-one laser session or just work with me one-on-one, and that's just embodied in the course of working together in the coaching and mentoring relationship. So I love human design. I'm a 3/5 pure generator, and there is so much in my chart that I have learned about myself and have personally been working on unwiring all the bullshit from out there over the past few years, and have finally gotten to a place of peace, love, and joy for me. For me, I come first. The universe responds to me first, and then everyone else gets to live in accordance in a happy way too. And it just brings a peace to your life. Getting rid of overwhelm, getting rid of overthinking, getting rid of stress and anxiety, and just creating really bountiful, pure, authentic relationships. So when your energy is in alignment and you're feeling good, that's when everything else will work into accordance with relationships and the people that you're meant to be with. So if you're interested in working with me, please connect with me, melinda@melindavanfleet.com. You can check out my website, which is melindavanfleet.com. You can sign up for my email list by clicking on the free Believe and Take Action Daily Guide. It's an amazing guide. It's a freebie. I always have things going on, and I always share them in my newsletter. So I hope you love this video, and you know what? Just be yourself. Be yourself, and know that when you're acting in alignment and you're truly coming from a heart-centered place, that all the magic will happen for you. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. I would love to hear from you. Thanks. Bye.